So let's talk. We've been talking about this just a little bit informally, but with a couple of people refeeding and with more people refeeding soon, let's talk about this a little bit more. A couple things I think are important to remember. You know, I've talked about this earlier here over the last weeks, that what you want to do, I think, is surrender to the process, right? You're in this process, surrender the process, don't be in resistance to it. It is what it is. And the same is true for the refeeding process. We've been doing what we do now, we've been doing it this way for 20 years. It works really, really well for virtually everybody. It's entirely possible there's going to come a point in time where you're going to think that you need more food. And you're going to get more food the next day. It's going to keep going up. It's going to go up slowly. There's a reason for that. And just remember, you know, again, first of all, take your time, take small bites, chew thoroughly, put the fork down between. When you do that, you actually have a chance for your body to register what's actually coming in. So you're going to feel more satiated than if you eat it quickly. Okay, if you eat it quickly, you're going to stop and think, oh, I could eat more. And you probably could eat more. The idea isn't to get as much in as possible. The idea is right now is to simply, for you guys getting started the first day, is to simply introduce a little bit of food into your system throughout the day in small amounts so that we start your system working again after not working for 21 days. And then we want to gently, slowly bring it up to full functioning. We also want to take it up slowly so that we don't force your body to have to process more than it wants to. Because processing more than your body wants to process, one of two things happens. One, you either store the excess as fat, and you feel tired from doing excess work. But two, some people have what I call metabolic elasticity. And what that means is your metabolism increases in order to deal with the additional food. That's good, right? If you want to die sooner, that's really good, okay? Increasing your metabolism just means you age and die faster. There's no benefit to it otherwise. I mean, there's a benefit for people that want to lose weight or don't want to gain weight, but there's a cost to that because it's making you age and die faster. We want to keep your metabolism no faster than it needs to be, okay? Mine is slow. That's how I can get by on 1,200 to 1,500 calories a day. But that doesn't mean I can't do whatever I need to. I've got tons of energy, strong and fit. We're not talking about sacrificing your ability to use your body in favor of a super slow metabolism. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about not making it go faster than it needs to. It's a well-known fact that people today eat far more food than people used to eat. What happened? Are people much healthier now from doing that? No, they're much less healthy. Okay? No one needs to eat the quantities of food that people eat today, and we've lost sight of what we really need. If you want to get a glimpse of that, look at the Okinawans, who for years were labeled the longest-lived people on the planet. Japanese people, on average, eat about 3/4, if I remember right, of what people eat in the West, and the Okinawans eat 2/3 as much of that. In fact, they have a saying, you eat until your belly is 2/3 full. That's it, okay? Most people never stop eating until they filled up and can't get any more in. That's too much. You're overworking your system. So this may be a new experience for some of you, okay? Remember, surrender to the process. I promise you. How many of you have noticed that the people leaving pretty much across the board all are feeling really good and energetic and doing, I mean, some people are even leaving early, but when people complete their process, if they stay long enough to, they're usually doing really, really well. Like Ben was, you know, feeling fantastic, right? Functioning well, building muscle. You see that? You can see that changing? Okay, that's what happens on tiny amounts of food if you allow it to. By the end of your feeding, it's going to be plenty, but we're going to take it up there slowly. Okay? If you want the results, you've got to follow the program. Okay? That means you don't eat anything except for what we serve you. And that's our deal with you, by the way. Doing that's not okay. It's not okay to pick food off the trees, by the way. not acceptable.
So you sip food and you sip water.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, too,
It felt good right from it.
good. Well, hopefully it feels that way every day, but it may not. Okay, some people, recently we had a young man leave here and he was complaining for days because he needed more food. And he left here feeling fantastic. Never done this before. Like, you don't know. You think you need more food, but you don't. Okay, that's not your body. That's your ego. He was doing perfectly fine. There's a reason we do what we do. So just try to stay conscious to that. Relax. I promise you, when you're done, you're going to be doing fantastically well. Now, you may find that there are some symptoms that come up. Georgia had a couple of rough days of refeeding, and it happens sometimes. It doesn't happen to most people. Most you're going to start eating, you're going to start feeling better and better, but that's not always the case. So just be clear. Be clear that so first of all, you may get to the point, and some of you are going to feel like, I need more food, and some of you are going to feel like it's not enough food. I mean, it's too much food. If it feels like it's too much food, and we were just talking about this, it feels like a lot. Okay, it feels like a lot because there's a bunch of stuff in your system which has been broken down and hydrating for the last weeks, and now when you put high water content food in there, you're hydrating it even more. Okay, it's not the quantity of food. Today, you are eating, let me see if I can work this out quickly. You're eating 2 ounces of watermelon at each meal. That's 56 grams. That is about 16 calories per meal. And it felt like the right amount. Okay, your body doesn't need much right now. It's not much food. I mean, clearly, I'll tell you what, if you go taking a walk around, you're going to easily burn up far more calories than you just ate. You should still be resting completely today and tomorrow. Okay, resting and sipping water when you can. Right after the time is up, you can sip, you should be sipping water. Tomorrow it goes up. It's twice as much. And that doubles again. Although you're eating fewer meals the third day. Okay, but it's gonna go up at a pace that works. And yet, if it feels like too much, just remember, you actually want to try to eat it all, because eating that food is going to help you eliminate. You feel full because you're hydrating the old stuff, and that's what you need to do to get rid of it. If you avoid doing that, it's not leaving your body. So let it come in, let it get hydrated. Try if you can finish it all. Obviously, if you really feel like you're going to vomit if you eat any more, then stop. But if you feel like you can eat it, you should. Right? You should eat all your meals. You shouldn't be skipping any meals for the same reason. This works just like it is. All right. But if for whatever reason you can't finish your food, do not give it to someone else. Everyone has what they need. You're not helping them if you give them more than they should be eating right now. Okay? That's also not acceptable. Right? Our deal was you follow the guidelines, our policies. Policies, you don't give anybody else food. Okay? So it's because you're not helping them that you're going to hurt them if they eat too much.